Hey, it's Doble Sports. Going to quickly talk about my reactions and grades to Globo America versus Atlas, the game that happened over the weekend for Las Águilas. Globo America won 5-1 against Atlas de Guadalajara. It was really not a competitive game in any way, and America was the better team for the most part of this game, as they should have been, because Atlas was down a player during the second half. There was a red card for handball, and with that, Atlas, their chance of winning had completely diminished once that happened. So here are Globo America's grades for this performance. Henry Martin, the forward for America in this game, B+. He scored 2 goals, one of them being a penalty kick. But the penalty kick was a little bit controversial because before the handball that resulted in Atlas's red card was called, the ball also touched Diego Valdez's hand, the midfielder for America. So it touched Diego Valdez's arm before Henry Martin hit it with his chest in towards the goal, and the Atlas defender blocked it with his arm, which was obviously would have been a red card. But was it really? That'll be, with Diego Valdez's handball first. Don't they offset and it's Atlas's goal kick? It was definitely a weird play, a gray area. Henry Martin, of course, on the penalty kick, he put it in. But, however, and why I say B+ grade for Henry Martin, despite getting 2 goals, he also had a penalty kick earlier in the game for, I believe it was a foul that was just barely inside the box. It was a penalty kick. It was the right call, but it was blocked by the goalkeeper. And he also missed in the second half. In the second half, he missed a lot of opportunities that were wide open, especially given that Atlas was down a player after the red card, pretty much the entire second half. So those good moments were kind of overshadowed by some of his missed opportunities. He had good moments in this game, but at the same time he also looked overrated, especially in comparison with his teammate and new fellow national team player in Julian Quiñones. And the other, centers, center forwards in the national team, like Raúl Jiménez and Santi Jiménez as well, that's who do have an impact. He has a place on the Mexican national team, Henry Martin, but in my opinion, it's clear that it shouldn't be as a starter. If he is going to become once again a starter for Mexico on the national team, he's got to do more for America first. He's got to prove himself to earn that spot, because you look at Santi and you look at Raúl, they look better. Raúl scoring goals in the Premier League once again. He looks to be not in his prime like he was with Wolverhampton before the injury, but he's definitely better than he was during the 2022 World Cup. And Santi, of course, is without a doubt, in my opinion, should be a starter. One of the best in the Eredivisie right now, and will probably move to a bigger club in the future. Anyways, back to America. Correct me. We'll get to the midfielders in a second. But wingers, A. Julian Quiñones scored his 10th goal of the 2023-2024 year. Once again demonstrating that he is a key player for America, and one that, Atlas definitely misses, because ironically, Julian Quiñones just played against the team that he was with last year. Dilrosun, the new player from the Netherlands, who came in during the winter transfer window. He also had a very good game, and his ball control skills were definitely on full display for the game, for pretty much all of this game. Julian Quiñones, once again, making an impact on offense. He's a good player, and his place as a naturalized Mexican citizen in La Selección, in my opinion, is well deserved, and I won't be surprised if he is part of the of the roster of the call up for the Nations League. Midfielders, they capitalized on Atlas being one player down for the second half, and they gave good passes to the wingers and to the forwards as well. Alejandro Sendejas also entered as a substitute in the second half and scored 2 goals, so he had a really, really good performance. Defensive corners, the right and left backs. I'll give him credit here. Chicote had a very good game without errors, and Israel Reyes played as a right back. He played as a right back. He's usually a center back, and had a good game without errors as well in the first half. And in the second half, they really didn't have to do much because obviously Atlas, with the red card, they were down to 10 players. They were playing just solely defense pretty much the entire second half. So they had a very clean game. I'll say the same thing for the center backs. They had a very clean game as well. Atlas, granted, it is worth noting Atlas did score a goal early in the game, but it was a set play that was really well done for Atlas, and it was a really good header by Aguirre. And outside of that, the defense played well, so can't really complain about the one goal given how well they played the rest, and it was a clean game the rest of the game. Goalkeeper, A as well. He conceded the set play goal, but honestly, it was one of those just really well done where it would be hard for really any goalkeeper to save that. It actually went off the post before going in. And for the rest of the game, he really didn't have to do much either. And at the end, he didn't have any saves. Because he didn't have to do anything. Atlas didn't have an offense. So this was a very clean result for Las Águilas de América, and it gives them positive momentum entering tomorrow's Conca Champions match, the first leg of the round of 16, where they will play in Estadio Akron versus Chivas, their rival. Chivas, on the other hand, had a terrible game this weekend, and they just got absolutely thrashed against La Máquina, against Cruz Azul. And on Wednesday, if the same defense that played against Cruz Azul that got thrashed in the Azteca, if that defense comes and shows that's the defense that shows up on Wednesday, yikes. It's not there's no way in God's green earth that they're going to win. Not against that elite offense that Globo America has. So definitely look for Chivas to definitely focus on their defense and make adjustments so that they can be competitive against America and try to pull off a win here and stop America from getting a precious away goal, because remember, should the aggregate be tied, away goals matter. And for America, the offense honestly is playing well, and I imagine they're not going to really make many changes there. But the defense also needs to be prepared, especially Chicote, porque sorry, I'm speaking in Spanish there. I have my notes in Spanish. But Chicote, because Chivas does have K. Cowell, he's a very fast player. He can dribble and move around the field very quickly and create those offensive plays. So he will be a threat, and that'll be a very interesting matchup there on that left side. Still, I do think America can, with their talent, win this. And for this game, I'll say 2-1. I'll say America wins 2-1. I don't think they will destroy Chivas like Cruz Azul did. I think Chivas will make adjustments. I think they're just too good of a team to where they're just going to have two abysmal games like that in a row. But still, I think America, being the more complete team, will still win. And I'll say 2-1 will be the final score of leg 1. And that will be the aggregate entering Estadio Azteca for leg 2. With that is it for me on this late night. Leave a like and subscribe. Put your predictions and thoughts down in the comments. And I will see you in the next one.